back on. Well, just continues to keep going, I guess is a better word. Oh yeah, Hope. Because you were asleep last time, you missed our boy. You missed our little heart throb boy, Asterion.
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone. Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Oh, there you are. Man, this place is the worst. I think someone peed on me.
Freddie? What are you doing here?
What, you thought I wouldn't notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Flirting.
Freddie, please tell me you don't think you're some kind of adventurer.
I'm sorry. Are you not about to head into a monster's lair at great personal peril? What else would you call that?
You're such a dork. I adore you.
Good, because I'm not about to let you wander in there without backup. Who knows? Maybe the stuff I know about Medusa might actually apply. Well, that'd be a switch.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you know about Medusa?
Well, you know, she was human once, right? And she was cursed?
Not really, no.
Cursed by Athena. Or so one of the stories goes, anyway.
But doesn't she work for Athena?
Hey, don't look at me. My knowledge of this stuff stops at a few thousand years ago.
We gotta make sure we share, Hope.
She was once human, but she's definitely a monster, right?
Yeah, one of the worst. But, you know, so was the Minotaur.
Asterion said she was scary. I have a feeling she's not like him.
Then I guess you need to be prepared for the possibility that she is as bad as the legends say. Though some of the stories also say that she was wronged by Athena and that what was done to her was an injustice.
And Athena just follows the rules, right? Do you think she actually turns people to stone?
Let's hope not, or this could be a short visit. Or a really, really long one.
I'm
Thanks,
serious.
Perseus used a mirror to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her. Oh, maybe you could use your phone.
You think that would work?
Unless you brought a mirror, Grace, it's all you got.
Okay, enough talking. Time to do this.
You have a plan for how we're getting inside, I hope?
Maybe. You're here to help?
Always.
Then I have a plan.
We've done all the other ones, so now we have to go find another entrance. This is the only one for this one we haven't done yet, so that's the one we're gonna do. Babe, I will remove your fucking moderator status.
Seconds.
Yeah, but it deletes all of her chat, too.
Nothing in your bag for bashing a lock, I take it?
Jesus.
I thought this was an adventure, not break and enter.
What do you think adventures are, Freddie?
I still can't believe you can do that. It's like I don't even know you. And is this a good idea? What if Medusa, calls the cops?
As I recall, your big idea was to distract the guy at the front door with firecrackers.
They're legal. And loud?
Do I even want to know what else is in there?
No, it's probably better if you don't.
And there we go. Coming?
Oh, hell yes. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Time to split up and have a look around.
Is she supposed to be holding something up? Because she definitely wasn't. I love this song.
What a long day, hiding in the light. Such a long day, dreaming of tonight. This sacred bite. Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh. It's the muse. There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite. So wrong, so right. I'm really gonna hate myself tonight.
Before you start the show, Pan said to say hello. That's what he said to say.
Well, any friend of Pan's is a friend of Pan's.
Okay. I hate to interrupt your flow. There's just some things I need to know. I wish there was another way.
Yes, you do. Now, look into me. Your body goes freely every time as it tenders, turning jelly as it renders. Can you say that once again? I missed it. You really want to sing, but your silly mouth won't do a thing. It's meant to work that way. I call it the preparation. Yes, I could make you stone, but then my dinner's blown. That's why I've got this other way. Look into me. Ooh, she's looking away. Hey, look into me.
Saw hunger with no end. You lost Medusa. Unless you find a friend.
What I
Can be a
should be, but don't look at me.
I would remove your moderator status.
Athena made you like this.
She was mad at me, so
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into me.
Listen, Medusa. She hides you in shame, but she uses you all the same. You could live another way. If I was treated like you, I'd be a monster too.
That's kind to say, but you could never be a creature like me. You didn't kill
Kill Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No,
Yes, you do know. You know, does that mean Athena knows?
no. Okay. It's dinner time. You're not gonna watch? Fine grace, I'll take.
Just like fate made you, fate played me. Just like
And I won't see what your eyes see when you look at me. Don't look at me. You think that will hurt me,
Freddie
child?
coming in with the
You
fire.
have not done your homework.
Oh, sorry, just trying to get your attention. Yeah, I've been watching, and I'm willing to bet you can't turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off.
Hey, stand down, Freddie. Let's give Medusa some space.
Yeah, okay. I'm watching her, though.
You ready to talk?
Oh, fine. Fine. What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
You were at the reliquary the night Calliope was murdered. I want to know why.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Do
Freddie
I need
still
to
just
light
stands.
things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary
She's
that
just
night.
ready.
I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
Ugh, I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I am telling you the truth.
Right, and not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have. I know it's hard to believe what a monster tells you, but it is true.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
He killed Hecate's cat by accident, but this still seems hard to believe.
Yes, I only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me. You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
Let me guess, that made you hungry.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy. I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like this.
Indiscretion, huh? That's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak in the face of it.
I'll think about it.
I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol.
If Lady Athena should learn the truth, I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. And
Her
sing a
story
different
is
song.
quite sad. Really, honestly, most of the versions of her story are just really fucking sad.
Pondering the big question, Grace. Do we actually believe her?
Hard to not believe her. We heard the same story from both Medusa and the Minotaur.
She could still be lying about why she was there or what she did after.
I don't know. Her fear just seemed real.
So the hunt continues? Great. More adventures for me then.
Would
More
you
flirting.
really have tried to burn Medusa's face off? With an aerosol can?
Hell yeah, one hint of googly eyes and
What would I do without you?
you'll never need to answer that question, Grace.
Yeah, because it's the first time we didn't have Pan come help us.
Oh, if it isn't, the lovely Grace?
You knew. Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
Well, yes. She asked for the key and I gave it to her, no questions asked. I told you I didn't know what happened to Calliope, and that's the truth. I did not. So I nudged you in the right direction.
So you were what? Just trying to be helpful? You still aren't telling me something.
What possible reason would I have to—
Tell me, right now.
Medusa learned that Calliope was going to the reliquary because I told her. Now, before you say anything, I had no idea of the fate awaiting our dear muse. And you yourself said Medusa was not responsible. I simply had to know if I'd inadvertently, rather innocently—
Sold her out? She came to you for help, and you gave her whereabouts to the highest bidder.
I am trying to help Grace. In my way.
What do you mean, in my way? What way is that?
The way where I don't take all the blame.
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
I wish I could tell you, Grace. I truly do.
Pretty much the same conversation that you have with him if he comes with you, but he does admit to knowing it instead of you catching him. So, go Aphrodite's party. See, now this song was a kick-ass bop. So it'll be interesting to see what the charisma one is.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace? You're here.
Yeah, I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
I came to see you, Apollo, and I don't recall you mentioning it. Persephone said it could help.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right?
Nope.
No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
That doesn't seem so terrible. Am I missing something?
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand.
We'll just
Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
This guy's not doing too hot.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
In front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye, at least for a while.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Oh,
Mingling.
Yes. Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Big hug. Or sad boy.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols.
Did you fall asleep again?
Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Sleeping and watching the stream. Multitasking. Got it.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Your chat settings might be hiding like explicit stuff. Because it's not censored for me, so.
What if you're wrong? What if she decides not to do this and it keeps getting worse?
Then I'll be with her to help her reach the other side.
If she can.
Yeah.
Because it has the word ass in it. That's what the A stands for.
It's a lot to ask.
Weird. I don't know.
I'll understand if you can't. All I want, one way or another, is to get through tonight.
Oh, the pup has dreams.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Hi. I have to admit, it'll be weird watching this happen the, proper way.
Because I'm chosen?
Yeah. I wasn't. Not like this, anyhow.
Yeah, Lady Aphrodite told me. I'm so sorry, that sounds awful.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Yeah, I was gonna answer you about who was in the wheelchair, but then she started introducing her, so I was like, I'll just let Aphrodite do it.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
She takes this task seriously, Aphrodite.
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well,
She will
cousin.
not.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
I couldn't say.
An honest answer, I suppose. Some say it is about pain, for I have known pain. Some say it is about love, for above all things, I have known love. But truly, tonight is about memory. Memory I want to lose. But first, I shall honor it. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
So this is the third time we're doing this, so I'm just gonna jump straight into the ritual. We've already gone through these conversations multiple times, and they kind of just give us more lore than really any information that will lead us toward the trial, so...
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world.
Because really, we're just in it for the boss.
This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Long time, eyes.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. We had revelry and rebirth, a family all together, till 13 million marching men cut us down forever. But Brother Ares made it happen, joined their war without dispute. Now the once mighty immortals are just mud under a boot. We let them take our loved ones, it's what they wanted all along. We thought they were beneath us. We were wrong, we were wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was harder than the chisel. I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know. You know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
This really happened. I can't forgive, the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home. And you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
love's mercy, that much is clear. And in the blink of an eye, lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a moment, lost in a moment.
Are you...
I'm fine. I'm still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I feel her presence, but she's just gone.
Now we're in Act 2.
She'll be
Act
back.
2's sad as fuck.
But she'll also be you. She'll be different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
You'll get through this, both of you. Healing
Apparently.
takes time.
Yeah,
Not if
so
you keep
there's
resetting the
3
clock.
versions to everything.
Grace is right. I'm not Lady Aphrodite. But eventually, she and I will be one. Together, we will get through this.
I hope you're right. Before we go, Apollo tells me you were hoping to find some information about Calliope's death. I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Yeah, I really like the string lights we got going.
Calliope was at the reliquary when she was attacked, but I only know of 3 people who were there.
And you're sure none of them are responsible, Grace?
I thought maybe Medusa, but I've spoken to her and I think it's someone else.
Calliope came to see Aphrodite and I that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why. She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
A plan? A plan for what? What could she find at the reliquary that would help her?
Maybe she wanted a weapon, something to defend herself with. If only we'd known she was going to the reliquary. How on earth did she even get in?
She
If you
used the
drop a
key,
follow,
the
you
one
get to
Pan
see
gave
the
her.
bat get really happy. Just saying. That's
When
real
Calliope
cute.
arrived, she dropped it. Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the reliquary. I didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I certainly don't know more than that. Come
Look at
now,
him, he's so cute.
Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
So, did they have anything helpful?
I gave him every opportunity to tell me. He said he didn't know what happened to Calliope.
Just because he gave her the key doesn't necessarily make that a lie.
Doesn't it? I thought you suspected him. What side are you on?
I'm not on any side. I'm just trying to be objective. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
I'm worried. I don't feel like I'm any closer to the truth.
Aren't you? Even after learning about Pan?
I can't
He
help
has no
feeling I'm on
buttons,
the
he
wrong
can't.
track somehow. Maybe it's just nerves.
I assume you'll be on your way then?
Yeah, I should probably check in.
Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
But then Hope couldn't thirst over him. What do you mean?
Apollo. Always so dramatic. Well done, by the way. And cheers to you, Aphrodite. You shall be missed. For a few years, at least.
I still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's. She's been in hell since the war. And you were only a visitor. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off.
Damn, girl.
But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
Why are you telling me this?
We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
Here's the thing. I want to keep flirting with Persephone, but we're flirting with Freddie right now.
Okay, yeah. Good to know. Thanks.
At any rate, it's good that you found out about Pan. I can't say I'm surprised. Perhaps you'll want to talk to him, but either way, give me some time to plan our next move. Meanwhile, whatever you get up to, do be careful.
Freddie. I've never seen two things on the same place before. Let's go talk to Freddie. Let's go talk to Freddie.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse?
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having.
Well, I went to a party held by the goddess of love, and she died.
Oof. Man, I always miss the really good parties. Here I was, sitting at home, just reading a book. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddie?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Wow. Apollo had a reputation. I mean, they die and then it gets passed on to a different person.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly,
human.
She's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
So a little recap, just since we're talking about the gods and all that. You like basically gods are kind of just encapsulated in a like yellow orb that's like your soul. These guys call it the Eidolon. And when a god, like, from what I can tell, they either like willingly pass it on, or something happens where their body gets damaged enough where they can't move on. So like physically getting stabbed, or like Apollo drowned. That soul passes on to the nearest human, and that human then becomes whatever god that soul was. And you slowly regain memories, and then will not turn into that person, but you'll have the memories of that god. So most of the gods end up calling themselves by the name.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god?
They don't have
right?
to.
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him?
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow, I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
I would love to be able to ask him, but at least the ways I've played, you haven't been able to ask him.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her, then. Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them.
Yep.
Oddly, there is never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the Eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost, but also what might still be out there.
We're gonna take a quick break. Gotta give the pup some medicine. So we're gonna take a break, restock on some snacks and on some drinks, and we will be right back to this riveting conversation about the other idols. And ham time's over. The pup has gotten her meds.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? And all those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, it's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi? Oh.
I called the doggo's medicine time ham time because I wrap her medicine in ham. And then I trick her that the first thing of ham is okay by giving her a second thing of ham immediately afterwards. So she must take her medicine.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
Damn, she got
You
us
know what
there.
I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddie. Time for more mystery solving.
We love Freddie. And back to the apartment.
Oh, hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddie?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Oh, Hermes.
What, you and Freddie are friends now? When did this happen?
When I came looking for you. Freddie has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Don't worry, at some point, both Apollo and Persephone just like to show up and just be in our apartment as well. Like, everyone just loves our apartment.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off.
It's a one-bedroom
Do your thing.
apartment, too.
Take me
Like,
to
it's not that
Olympus.
big.
Okay. Oh,
Like, that's
when
one
you
of
see
their
Freddie,
beds.
tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When,
No.
you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
Again, Hermes, I didn't have a choice but to get it together. It was either get it together or die. Yeah, no, she's not the original Athena. You know I love me some kick-ass.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
Burp.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
There is a level, like, we don't know how old this Athena is. It never really goes into her backstory. We just know she's not the original one. It's also very possible that, like, because we don't get to know much about this Athena's body. So we don't know if, like, either there's a few options of, like, she is just that old that, like, she's that far, or she's just really given into Athena's memories and just full is like, well, this is what we're doing. Yeah, we have no clue how old this Athena is.
Am I not supposed to be proving my innocence? Would you prefer I did nothing?
I'd prefer you didn't break any other rules in the meantime.
Such as? Do you have a list I can read, or do you just make them up as you go?
You think our judgment was rash?
It was. For reasons
It was.
that me and Hope know about.
In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end.
Possibly.
I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Fucking tell her, Grace.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list
Yeah, but he
goes
deserved
on.
it.
So you add to it. I show up and you kill me off because you can't be too careful.
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more.
So
we
if one
are
of
a
them dies,
legacy that
there's
spans
not,
millennia, dating back to the very
a letter
dawn of
finish.
humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
So if an idol dies and there is not a human near, they assume that the line just ends, or they also suspect, well, there's like the rumors that the Eidolon will just keep traveling until it either finds someone or it just is traveling in the universe, like just as the Eidolon. They're not really sure because they've never really researched it, because that would just require you to kill off idols like knowingly and then try to follow the Eidolons. So yeah, they don't actually know, they don't truly know what happens, but in their brains, the running theory is that the line ends. So, I don't know, someone says it to us that, I think it's Hecate. Hecate calls us Grace from the line of Calliope. And so it's like the line of Calliope would end if we died and didn't pass the Eidolon on to another human. But yeah, Hecate. She's the big lady TikTok and Asterian's love.
You feel responsible, don't you? For everything.
I am responsible. Aphrodite wallows in her pain, Apollo in his regrets, and Persephone in her bitterness. Every other idol of power is gone.
So there's only you. You have to shoulder the burden for everyone, like it or not. I'm sorry, Athena. I had no idea.
They won't thank me for it. I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Last run through, we got to punch her.
All right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do exactly?
How about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know. Now, if there isn't anything else...
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Doesn't matter, you gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
Gave it to me. Athena, I had that key all along.
You what?
It's just like you thought. I used it to attack Calliope that night. Then I brought her back home to finish her off. A mortal with a plan, baby. Stole my way into godhood. Watch me roar.
That's
I
not
love
funny,
Kick-Ass
Grace.
so much.
What's funny is that you thought I'd tell you without getting anything in return. Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal.
God, Athena.
Once she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace.
I can't avoid
the risk of
uncertainty. Fucking, she makes my eyes roll.
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
She hates you. She would rather us be the killer than actually find the person who did it.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never thought of Pan as one who would deliberately provoke my ire. But if he saw enough profit in it... Thank you, Grace. I'll add them to my list.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Will you? Really?
Will you? Will you, Athena?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
No one wants your dry-ass oatmeal raisin cookies. Ya bitch. Also, I would punch her,
Don't
but
take
that
it
was last
personally,
run,
Grace.
so we have to try a different
Athena's
ending.
first instinct is to follow the rules whenever things get rough. As if she believes that if the idols don't blindly follow every rule to the letter, we'll dissolve into utter chaos.
Well, is she right?
Probably.
Do you think she's telling the truth? About the idols dying out?
I'm not sure. I mean, if it is true, why hasn't she told the rest of the chorus?
Weird.
It sounds like she doesn't trust you.
Well, the feeling is mutual. At any rate, I'm afraid we're going to have to disappoint her again.
Our string lights kind of match their
What
string
now?
lights.
You need to go back to the reliquary, Grace.
What for? Is there something I need to ask Hecate?
The one thing we do not yet know is why Calliope went to the reliquary in the first place.
Okay, I'll bite. How would I find that out? You think she left clues?
We can't ask Calliope what her plan was. But you might be able to remember what she was doing there.
Her memories? But I thought...
That it will take years, yes. But if you go somewhere important to Calliope, or touch something special to her, you'll get flashes, feelings.
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
I'm willing to wager the place Calliope met her fate has left its mark in Grace's psyche. We have only to uncover it.
Last time Freddie and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
I'm certainly not suggesting we ask Athena for permission.
Then you mean...
A week ago, I would have said breaking into the reliquary was impossible. Yet it appears Hecate can be surprised. If her book says she will be.
Let's hope the book says that again, I guess.
Unless you've some other plan. I'm all ears, as they say.
Because she's funny and she's nerdy and she's sassy and she likes D&D. If that makes her any more than an average best friend to you, she's great. She's sassy. And this is the run to romance her.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
It was either that or Pan.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms? At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then they discover you and we apologize profusely.
Will not be a good look, though, just saying.
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
I do know something about how memories work after the transition, but no, I'm not certain. You want certainty? Wait until your trial. Without discovering more, the outcome of that is certain.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, my, you're just full of ideas, aren't you? Do you have any suggestions regarding how we might go about doing that?
She's got a good hat.
Deja vu it is.
I like the green. It's good green.
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
That's because we are desperate, Grace. Either we take this shot at learning the truth, or we overthrow Athena and the chorus by force, and disregard this stupid trial.
She's joking, right? She's joking, right?
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of who attacked Calliope, or why she was there. Anything we could work with. I've spoken to almost all the idols, and every single one says they hadn't seen or heard from her. If she was keeping to herself, then why now? What started this? We're missing something important, Grace.
What if Grace goes there and the memory she sees is that she attacked Calliope? A Grace from the future. It'd be a twist.
It would definitely be a twist, Freddie.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go in with you. Hecate would sense me right away. I will, however, stay close by. Now that doesn't mean you should take stupid risks. Don't be a fool, Grace.
No promises. We don't make those kind of promises.
Why not? My life's on the line either way.
Come on, the time for adventure is now.
Oh, this will not end well. I know it.
Spoiler alert. I think we're okay. Definitely.
Okay, last time we used Freddie as the distraction and we snuck in the back ways. So this time, we're just going to be honest with Hecate. We're just going to let her know. Yeah. We got to go back there, girl. We love ya. We know you follow the rules, but like...
Ah, so that is now.
I love her so much.
You were expecting us?
It is written that you would come, yes.
That is so cool. I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated.
Ooh. She didn't know. This is Hecate.
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change. However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now?
Asterion said you don't know why Calliope was here, or what she did.
That is correct.
Don't you want to? Aren't you the least bit curious?
You could say it's your duty to find out, at least so it doesn't happen again, right?
That is an argument not entirely without merit.
Then let me try. I'll accept whatever conditions you want, Hecate. I'm begging you.
You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly. Look, but do not
Hecate
touch.
knows.
The reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous.
Got it.
Hey, Hope, did you see my stream title?
Okay, Grace.
Wait.
What the heck do you do now?
Never mind, I don't want to go in here. I can't turn around.
Of all the times to not have Freddie around, she'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start? Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
Calliope.
She stayed in with Hecate. They're probably having tea. Calliope.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
Whose outfit choice? Oh, Calliope's. Egg.
I don't get any feeling from that. Will I know
She's
it when
an
I see
artist,
it?
babe. She has that artist outfit.
Is that a weapon? A musical instrument? Maybe it's both. What did Freddie say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right? Is this an armory, too? This is it. Calliope was here. She was standing right here. And she... Uh-oh. I don't suppose there's any chance you'll put those knives away.
Please, no!
Ruh-roh.
Okay, then.
Songtime eyes. Oh, didn't work. Damn.
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
Run, Grace, run.
Oh! Grace? Freddie! We've got to run! My powers don't work on them, they just keep coming!
Oh. Freddie, no! Don't do it.
No, I won't let you! Freddie!
Not Freddie. Freddie.
Oh god. Oh god, Freddie.
Considering she like dies instantly, I don't think it was a well stab.
You summoned the Furies.
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
Who are the Fates? Who are the Furies? I didn't do anything! I didn't touch anything!
This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted. But now is when you leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
I'm not leaving, Freddie. Not like this. All this magic. There has to be something. Don't tell me there's no way to undo this.
Come. There's nothing more to be done.
Come. Reload. Reload. Heckin' kaleidoscope. I know, I hate that we leave her there, but she is in the hands of Hecate and Asterion.
I'm sorry it came to this, Grace. It's clear what your friend meant to you.
It should have been me, not her.
Don't say that.
This was my fight, my problem. I'm already slated to die, if anyone paid the price.
Your friend gave you the chance to not repeat history. Don't waste it. Grace, is that how Calliope died? Was she also attacked by the Furies? Do you remember?
Me and Hope now.
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
No doubt sent by the same person. Perhaps for the same reason.
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
No one does, not these days. Hecate herself would have been my guess. Zeus might have, in his role as king of old Olympus, but he is long gone.
Clearly someone can do it.
Unless they weren't summoned. They could have been responding to something you did unwittingly, something Calliope also did. And what that could be, I'm afraid I have no clue.
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddie and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They exist to punish. They demanded blood, and blood was taken. It didn't need to be yours.
So if Freddie hadn't interfered...
They wouldn't have rested, not ever, until they had their due.
Damn.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
Think of them as forces of nature, but an aspect mortals rarely encounter. They're older than any idol. They were created to enforce the ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Well, there were. Laws even the idols had to obey, from the earliest days of old Olympus. Even if they still existed and you'd broken one, we would all know. These are not petty crimes one stumbles into.
Just punch him in the face.
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
There's only one use for that mirror, to speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates know all that is or will be. Destiny is theirs to command, or so it's said. One contacts them either to know one's fate, or to change it. Not that the Fates are likely to oblige.
I can definitely see Persephone being a Gerudo.
Can these Fates really control the future?
I see it.
They control the fate of all beings. I imagine it's they who give Apollo his powers, and they who write Hecate's books.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, it seems.
Could it have been the Fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
They're not known to be vindictive. If they don't want to answer, they simply won't.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Well, there is another way to ask them.
I wondered how long that would take. Hecate is enraged. She's threatened to close off the reliquary entirely and forever. Athena is beside herself.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. You just had to keep pushing, didn't you? Until you got what you wanted.
This isn't about me. We're out of options, Apollo, and you know there's only one other way to contact the Fates.
Oh, how convenient.
Enough, both of you.
Apollo.
This isn't helping anyone.
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
So if we go to Hades and find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
I really like Persephone's outfit.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to.
I can definitely see that.
Then why did you come, Apollo? To gloat? To wish Grace well? Or to actually help? Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the fates. It's simple.
It's a timer that never expires.
Is there really no other way to talk to these fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to the reliquary?
No. No, hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection to the fates is Apollo here.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Then it's the throne or nothing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. They're all big whiny babies.
Okay. No need to keep selling me on it. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah. I need to punch something really hard. Or overthrow hell. I'm good with either of those things.
Did you see that, Apollo? You see, that is what a backbone looks like.
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies. According to the old laws.
You recognize this?
Her soul is in Hades.
Wait, what? Freddie's in Hades? What? Persephone, why didn't you lead with that?
I didn't want it to seem like I was playing on your sympathy, Grace.
But you'll play on mine.
Yes. Yes, she
Fine.
will, Apollo.
I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
That's fine.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
We get to go see Corone. We need to grab a game first.
Shall I wait here, or...?
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace and, Persephone. Wow,
You got games on your phone?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone
Don't
to
insult
Hades.
Hermes like that. They're great.
Man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
This is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
Freddie's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Okay. Signal when you need to come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo.
I mean, Hermes
Let's go.
was also friends with Freddie, so Hermes cares about Freddie.
Welcome to the real underworld.
Get back a game of cards? Or a mixtape?
Wow. It feels so empty.
They do have a pretty cool
So
jacket.
lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
There is a mixture of Apollo did some really shitty shit to Persephone, and Persephone holds so many grudges and is just picking for a fight at all times. So they're both not great
Who's
to
this
each other.
Orpheus. The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see, and with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
Oh, you'll see.
So there's gonna be a fight? Good. I need something to punch.
Don't get too excited, Grace. Orpheus is hardly a worthy foe.
Really? Even though he took your throne?
He took an empty throne after I left. That does not make him a king. Just someone else that's in my way.
In our way, you mean?
Yes, in our way.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come. It's time to cross the Styx.
Now, who's the best boat keeper there ever was? Coron.
The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Hi, Coron. When you forgot to bring games for Coron.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Core Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Coron, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
Hey there! I'm Grace, idol and last of the muses. Is that enough?
Of course she's a muse. Why would she lie about such a thing? He says he's always liked the muses and that you're very pretty.
Thanks, Coron.
No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Coron. Stop asking.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. See? You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him.
Coron said,
Let's get underway,
do you
Coron.
got games on
It's
your
a
phone?
long ride to the throne room.
Does he use a normal size, like, deck of cards, or do we have to get him, like, the jumbo ones? Just curious, so then the next time we're down here, we can get him the right cards. I like this song a lot, too.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger Suddenly, I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Ilia's dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddie, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
It wasn't your fault. There was no right or wrong. It wasn't your fault. You didn't belong. If my life was stolen, I wouldn't know where to turn. Candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
Orpheus.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
We
coming.
might have a problem.
A wolf is waiting in the
This
tomb.
bard's already
Someone's
dead,
coming.
but you can defeat him.
I can feel them howling at the moon.
My help. Don't forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been.
What happened to the music?
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Benny.
Justice for Benny.
To my underworld. Let me treat you to a song. A welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse.
Okay, here's the thing. This is my favorite
Any
one.
requests?
I have to do this one first. It's my favorite.
Questions?
Are you really that good?
Do, down, out, loop it. I wouldn't say that I'm good. I wouldn't say that I'm great. I wouldn't say that my timing's perfect. I wouldn't say that I'm late. But you can say that he's the best that's ever been. The best you've ever seen. The best you've ever heard. And I haven't even really sung a single word.
I think I chose poorly.
Okay, we'll do the charisma one now.
A gauge. Not your thing? Try again. Another request?
My friend is dead. Can you help me?
Loop. The river keeps secrets deep in the water. How far do you sink till you're buried below? I challenged the fates and found my Eurydice, but you had to kill her, and I won't let it go. You're asking the wrong person.
It wasn't your fault. How are you to react? It wasn't your fault. Now there's no turning back. If my love was taken, I wouldn't know where to turn. Your candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn. This tete-a-tete is over. If he's the victim, what am I?
Queen, let's not lose our composure. The muse understands.
Well, I won't comply. I'd rather die.
I have nothing but a dark and empty hole wanting something to fill a shallow soul. I am the king of constant sorrow with a throne room.
It's not your throne, Orpheus.
It will be until you admit you were wrong.
I wouldn't go there. It's too much for you, and I'm not sorry for your mistake.
Orpheus, have you wondered if this queen was a slave? She couldn't help, you dug your own grave. And now it's her homecoming.
Oh, yes, she was a helpless prisoner all those centuries.
What do you know of it, Bard?
I know a fairy tale when I hear one.
It wasn't your fault, you were never to blame. Hades was a monster, we were a part of his game. Orpheus, where's your fire? When will the music return?
The candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
That throne doesn't belong to you, and you know it.
We all throw our secrets into the water. The shoreline is littered with every regret.
I'm not too proud of all that's washed up here. I'll put it behind me.
And I won't forget. You're letting it go. And I won't forget.
I had forgotten how sweet a melody could be. Such thoughts become clouded in this place. Forgive me, my lady of the night.
Why, Orpheus? So, one thing I learned that kind of makes a little
An
more
empty
sense.
chair for an empty kingdom.
With how, like, Orpheus was able to kind of also control our music, is that he is our line of the muse, Calliope's line. One of them is actually his mother. And so he is part muse. And so that's like why he's such a powerful bard. And I find that really interesting. Like, they don't get into it in this, like, but that's one of the things. And it's pretty cool. I like that.
It doesn't sound like it brings you anything but bad memories.
Perhaps you're right. All the reasons I wanted it are long gone now.
Damn. She just fucking broke it.
Feel better?
Yes. That makes what I have to tell you all the more difficult, however. I lied. Even if we could find Freddie, you couldn't bring her back. The laws of death are not so easily circumvented.
And the fates?
They will not help you or anyone. Even if you could speak to them, they will not care. And never have.
You lied. To me? To Apollo? To Hermes?
I thought it such a small transgression to regain this throne. I would have said anything.
I know, honestly, the first playthrough, I was like, damn. I was also romancing her, so it was like, damn. Do we hate? No, we don't hate her.
That's it then. We came here for nothing.
But we're sad
I doubt
about
the
it.
fates would have responded even to the mirror, Grace. And the boundaries of death cannot be commanded away. not even by the ruler of Hades.
Which you weren't gonna share. Not while you still had a shot at sticking it to Hades.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Hey.
Woody!
Freddie, you're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you
Yeah,
arrived.
her hat's on there.
It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
Yeah, that DLC where can we get a mod where everyone just wears Freddie's hat?
I do. I want to go back. I want it all to go back. It's not supposed to end like this.
This isn't the end. Hey, it's not by a long shot. You still have a whole story to finish.
Without you?
Yeah. Without me.
I don't want to.
Well, I don't blame you. I happen to be really good company. Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
When your high priestess just fucking dies.
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace.
My Eidolon is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
And they were roommates.
I guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
Yeah, really honestly, if they had all actually just remembered that, like, to be fair, and Calliope kind of gets into it a little, like, they forgot, because, like, your memories slowly fade, and so, like, they all just kind of forgot that this was a thing. But, like, yeah, they literally could have, especially because, like, the Furies killed Calliope, and so her soul's also down here like Freddie's is. They literally could have just traveled down to Hades and been like, Calliope, who killed you? What happened? Tell us everything.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
The Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection. It's why the idols have forgotten so much. You knew this truth once, Persephone. Long ago.
Yeah, you definitely would definitely think that Athena would know
We
that.
need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have. But I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No, I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
These idols don't actually die that often.
Skip to the end. I want to know who sent the Furies after you.
Athena.
No.
It's true. Apollo delivered a prophecy to her that said I needed to die. Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal world. To you.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
I like how y'all are still trashing on Apollo.
I don't blame you.
Not even
in
Apollo's
case you're wondering.
fault.
You don't?
You didn't ask for all this to happen. You did the best you could, Calliope.
Thank you for saying that, Grace. Truly.
When there's only one person in chat that likes Apollo.
Why did you go to the reliquary? We know about the mirror, but...
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
You went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right?
Nah,
they
it's pretty much
always
the
require
same
interpretation.
conversation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
It doesn't just involve you, does it? It involves me. It must, or you wouldn't
Leave
hesitate.
the lurkers alone. Let them lurk in peace.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
Do you blame Athena for what she did?
She wanted to save the idols. And I wanted that too.
Well, I blame her. And Apollo for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
We don't know that.
Persephone just really wants to blame Apollo for everything. The prophecy is that the idols cannot survive as long as the last muse is around or alive.
Time to say goodbye, I guess.
So Athena tried to kill Calliope and now us so that she could save the idols.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go. I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to go.
I'm gonna do the kick-ass thing because I know the direction this is gonna lead me.
How can I let go now? I won't. It's just not fair. We took our first steps together. Now you'd have me walk alone. You were always there for me, from heartbreak and through injury. We'd do it again, but now it's time to go. It's time to go. If I could bring you back, I would give it all to you, my best friend. If I could choose a muse,
You would give up godhood to bring her back.
any day, every day, a life for a life. Farishta, please stay.
Grace, no. It's time.
Who knows what comes next? But I will face it beside you.
Oh. Oh. You've returned.
You did it. You actually brought me back from the dead.
Of course I did.
Freddie.
Did you get a chance to speak to the Fates?
No.
Then what happened?
Then we found Calliope.
Calliope, but her Eidolon is inside you. How
It
could...
doesn't work like that. The Eidolon is only a part of an idol. The rest just...
Calliope told us what happened. The prophecy, how you warned her, how you've been lying to us. You knew. You knew the truth this entire time, even when you said you were helping Grace.
Yes.
Hey, Freddie, can you just put
Yes,
your
I
hat
did.
back on? It'd be great, thanks. The hat really made the outfit. Hey, welcome in.
You were trying to protect me, right? You didn't want me to share Calliope's fate?
I thought I could nudge you in the right direction. Help you find the truth without learning about the prophecy.
Well, you failed. We know it now.
Well, then it's done. You're locked into it, as is Freddie. Athena will want her dead, too.
You're right. I actually hadn't considered that part.
I'm so sorry, Grace. I never meant for this to happen.
This is our third run through. We're on a charisma run right now.
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at.
Love this one. It's a great game. Who'd you romance?
I don't know how this will affect your trial.
Did you romance anyone?
We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. You're not the last muse any longer. After all, your Freddie isn't on trial. Yet if Athena believes you both need to die in order to save the idols, she'll find a way.
Really, honestly, the only time Persephone actually chills, even a little bit, is if you romance her. When you don't romance her, she is just like, fuck you to everyone.
Then I'll just have to stop her, won't I?
Brave words for a mortal.
If I've learned anything, it's that idols aren't all powerful. Plus, I'll have help, right?
I lied
You know,
to you,
that's fair.
used you, and you still want my help?
I'd say you owe me.
I intend to keep my promise. We go to the trial and I'll help you, even if it means overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
So our first playthrough, we did a clever run and romanced Persephone. Second run, we did a kick-ass and we romanced Apollo. Now we're doing charisma and we romanced Freddie. We also gave up our Eidolon to bring her back. So this will be very interesting to see how all of this goes. Okay, who we confronting first? Oh, let's go talk to our girl Freddie. Let's go see how she's doing. Ah. Because this is new for us.
Freddie, can we talk? Freddie, please. Whatever I did, I need to make it right.
Also, if
Talk
you
to
follow,
me.
you'll get to see the little bat in our corner be very happy about it. It's very cute.
Hey. Freddie, are you okay?
No. No, I'm really not. Why did you do it, Grace? You brought me back. You made me the muse.
Yeah, what's giving up immortality for your best friend in the entire universe?
No, I'm serious.
And I'm not. Freddie, I'd do anything for you. Just like you'd do anything for me.
Grace, I told you that I was at peace with my decision. I've watched the struggles you've had as the muse, and now you've thrown them all on me. You didn't even ask.
You don't wish you were still dead, do you? Did I screw up?
That's fine, Freddie. Just we'll go back to the reliquary. You can get re-stabbed again. And then you'll give me the Eidolon. It'll be fine.
I should have asked you first. I'm really sorry. It just kind of happened.
It's not that. It's not just that.
That.
I came back from the dead. And I was actually dead. And I'm not the same now. I've changed. And it's not just being the muse. I'm different, and so are you, and nothing between us can ever be the same again.
Of course it'll be the same. Why wouldn't it?
Grace, I sacrificed myself because I love you. I'm in love with you. And I have been for a really long time.
Well, that's ironic.
What is?
You should put on the half of this conversation.
Feel the same way. I always have.
Woo! Freddie looks so surprised, and we look
Why
so
do you think
just
I
smug
joined
about
your
it.
band? After college, we started drifting apart.
Why do you think I started the band? All this time. And neither of us said anything.
And y'all fucking live together too. Like, damn.
We know now. Isn't that a good thing?
The trial's tomorrow, Grace. Athena doesn't know about me.
Nope.
Once she does, I'm the last muse. She's gonna want me dead, isn't she?
We can still get through this, Fred.
Yeah, but even if we do, I'll keep changing. And when I start becoming Calliope, will I still love you?
I don't know.
Who knows, man? Freddie song time.
Now every word's been
Freddie
said.
song eyes.
I can't think of any more to fix what's broken. So many books I've read, and still not a word of anything could reveal how this feels. Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. I would prefer that we were late then, never together again. What you don't get is death. I died. You and I are not the same people who we once knew. Only if we could have been brave on time, knowing how we should have been loving all this time. Only if we could just escape demise. I'll always love you, Grace. But is it too late? Too late?
Ah. Damn. I'm so interested about this trial. I'm so excited. I was gonna kind of like be like, maybe we won't stream for super long because the trial's gonna take a hot second. But man, do I want to see this trial. I'm excited for it. I didn't think about the ramifications of bringing Freddie back in the trial. This will be interesting.
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
How about you? Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
Apologizing really isn't my style, Grace.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, we're aware of that.
Fine, fine. I'm sorry. There, you have it. Are you satisfied?
It's a start.
Do you regret it? Surrendering your Eidolon?
I only really kind of regret it a little bit. Just purely because Freddie got mad. But like...
Giving it up was the hardest thing in the world. But this was too important, no matter how difficult.
I wonder if I could have done as much for anyone. You do realize you may have brought your friend back, only to doom her to a quick death.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You gave her your new life. And you get to walk away as if nothing ever happened.
Only if we survive. And I would never walk away from a friend.
Gotta go talk to Pan, and then Apollo, and then we'll go to the auditorium.
Pan? Are you here? Pan!
Fucking Pan.
All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
I love her confusion.
Is that a problem? Is the mighty Pan too sensitive to withstand a little yelling?
It's less the mighty Pan and more the naughty Pan. Perhaps even the delightful Pan?
Bah! That's right! Bah!
You've learned something. Something not altogether pleasant, I'm guessing.
I don't think I can, but if it pops up, we'll ask him about
Tell you
the
what,
statue.
Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I've any advice to offer.
Okay. Where do I begin?
Yelling is so random, and I love it.
Well, of course it was Athena.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what now?
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die, just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
I doubt Athena would agree, or many of the other idols for that matter.
Yes, well, if history says anything about the idols, it's that we're a bunch of reactionaries who make poor decisions. Frankly, change is long overdue. Continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now. How exciting.
I am very much also looking forward to this trial. I don't know much about IRL stories, so who knows?
Oh, it's you. Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
I gotta look something up real fast.
Look, I know you care about Apollo. I'm not here to hurt him.
Uh-huh, yeah. And, why should I believe you?
Because I know he did what he did with the best of intentions.
That does sound like him, yeah. I guess I can go ask him if he wants to talk to you. Don't be surprised if he says no, though.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
Leave it to Hope to look it up.
I didn't mean for it to end up this way.
I know. It's okay, Apollo. You have to stop torturing yourself over this.
I wanted you to find out about Athena without learning the prophecy. To be honest, I was relieved when you chose Persephone, even though I was worried she might lead you astray. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings. You have no idea how many lives I ruined before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
Well, couldn't it be? You said yourself, prophecies don't always work the way you think they will.
That's true.
Oh,
I
Panda's
did say that.
definitely an instigator.
I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
There's nothing to forgive, Apollo. You did what you could for a friend. You didn't owe me anything.
I guess all that remains is the trial. Whatever happens, Grace, I'll be standing right there by you.
Thank you.
For the auditorium. No, he's gotta wear them all, and he's gotta make sure he has no buttons on his shirt so you can see all of them.
So this is it. You're back where you started, with nothing to show for it. Tomorrow we head to the trial. And who knows what'll happen?
La
like a boat lost at sea with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. All my life I have been carried through. At the mercy of tides I lay unproved. But now I stand oar in hand, hoping my choices won't sink me. What can I do? If I'm a boat lost at sea, can I build sails, find a breeze, own my own destiny?
Yeah, she's just singing normally. Like, there's no music. It's just her singing. I found that very interesting.
Okay, here we go. Hello?
No burp.
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
Care to explain how this is supposed to work? I don't exactly have an itinerary.
How this works
very
is,
interested to see how this
you
goes.
follow us.
Is this the bad ending? If there is a bad
Welcome to
ending,
Old
this might be
Olympus,
it.
dear.
Is this a real place?
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing. Let's begin, shall we?
Hey, we're almost to affiliate as well, and so if you can drop a follow, we are only 8
Brothers.
followers away.
Sisters, everyone, look around you.
Everyone here is idols.
We few who
Except for me.
remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
Extreme measures, such as murder. Would you sacrifice idols to save them, Athena? Seems counterproductive, doesn't it?
It is not unknown for a physician to cut off a limb in order to save the patient.
Oh, that's what you are? The heroic doctor, out to heal the poor, sick idols?
I am trying to save us! I will do anything and everything in my power and beyond to save us from extinction.
Anything, huh?
Freddie!
And who might you be, my dear?
It's Freddie. She's the
That's
woman I
Freddie.
love.
The woman I love. And she's also the new muse.
Pan's face.
That's impossible. Do you think us fools? Grace is standing right here, alive and well.
Yeah, you see, Grace gave up her Eidolon to bring me back from Hades. Seems that's a thing you can do. Don't suppose that changes your plans for the trial at all, does it?
The Eidolon was not Grace's to pass on, so I'm afraid you'll have to share her fate, Freddie.
Damn, the way she just said Freddie. Freddie.
It must be difficult. Feeling as if everything is on your shoulders, and yours alone.
Look at those boss babes standing
One moment
there.
of weakness and it all
Being
falls apart.
Former muse and a muse.
You've been doing this for so long, you don't even know how to stop, do you?
Oh yeah, Athena's a fucking
Oh,
bitch.
dear child. Why on earth would I stop?
Because what you've done is wrong. If it wasn't, then why not come clean? Go on. Tell them about Apollo's prophecy. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
If there's any threat to the survival of the idols, Athena, it's you. I'm willing to bet this isn't about the prophecy. No, really. This is about you staying in control.
How dare you!
How dare me? Who murdered Calliope? Who tried to murder me? Why keep it all a secret? Tell them.
Thanks, Freddie, for the music. Good, you got a good timing on
Yes,
that
it's
one, Freddie.
me. It's me. Of course, it's me. The one who gets it done. Don't you see? It had to be. You all turn away when I got the fish.
Look at Freddie
Then
with
you
her
cry,
sunken
hooray,
eyes.
once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do. You, it's not just you. Time to put you in check. There are other idols too. You irritating speck. Aren't you aware? Sorry, little bird.
The dino's
It's
matching
time these people time to wring your neck.
If only you knew that you can't force the future. Only if only you knew it's not just another thing you can subdue.
Only if only I lived in a quaint little pond like you. Only if I could just lie there, and any time I moved, I'd tremble a reed or two. Yes, there's a lot at stake, but there are other paths you can take.
snap. You wanna make the call. You need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too. Form a queue. Time to follow through. I won't have you dying for me. It's not how this should work. I need you to see you're lost in a moment, lost in a song, but the thinking's all wrong. This whole sacrifice deal, you can live without needing to kill.
The theories, man. Freddie.
I'm okay dying again if it's with you.
When she wants to die with you.
The only place to be.
Just so hoping it's Mysterian time because he's adorable.
Grace, I love you. Oh, not in that way. I just meant to say you're great, Grace, and I'm with you. Or I'm not with you. I'm just you know what I mean.
Aphrodite, she'd stand with Grace too. Grace showed her mercy when she didn't have to show mercy.
That's our big sad boy.
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be. My Olympus is gone, and you're all looking on at a stranger wearing my face. My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in place? You set off hoping you could get to somewhere right, but it's been too many years since the mainland was in sight. There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong. Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right
This is
thing is.
Puncher, she deserves it, but
Leave it
we're doing
up
charisma.
to you what to do with this.
But the punch is really funny.
I forgive you, Athena.
We're doing it for the charisma room.
Look into me. I know what I see.
This is the Medusa place?
Yes, a monster. I've met monsters who weren't monsters. I'm a monster to be.
Oh my god, these are the Greek gods.
I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry, all of you. I wish Calliope could know it too. She does. She hears you.
Freddie.
Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And? So you're in charge now, I'm guessing.
I am, though I'll admit, the victory seems rather hollow. The idols could still be dying. If that's so, then I'll simply be presiding over our final days.
Why have the chorus at all, then? Seems a bit pointless.
Are you joking? The idols need us now more than ever.
Perhaps what the idols need most is change. I don't know if I have any say in this, but have you considered rejoining the real world? Like Grace said, there is no point in the chorus. Get rid of it. Stop hiding in the shadows and just help each other instead.
Or at least Freddie might talk him into it.
I'm with Freddie. How much has hiding really helped you?
We did flee a war, Grace. Hiding seemed the only thing to do
But did you
after
see
the
the
last
hat?
time mortals discovered us.
Maybe I was the only one listening to Grace's song. Surviving is what's been killing you. We need to do something new.
She's right.
By golly, are we truly considering something so radical? Have we collectively lost our minds?
Is that a yes?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with a little madness. It is yes. Yes, indeed.
I didn't really want this chair anyhow. I agree. Let's do it.
What about Athena? There's no way she'll be okay with this.
She won't fight it. She said, and I quote, "Whatever your decision, I will abide by it."
Then you improved meek Athena?
The fight's just not in her anymore. She was so certain she was doing the right thing.
Well, we'll see how long this new Athena lasts.
Just like that? You're sure about this? I was expecting more argument.
It is rather our calling card, is it not?
Yeah, I was not expecting you to just run with it like that.
We've all been thinking about it for years. It's what Calliope fought for, in fact.
I wish she could have been here to see this day.
In a way, she is.
If there's no chorus, does that mean idols just do whatever they want?
As much as anyone can.
And Medusa? She's off the leash, as it were?
Medusa has offered to live in the reliquary. Frankly, I think she's relieved.
As for the rest of us, we'll be subject to mortal authorities and their laws.
Assuming they don't just round us up the moment they realize what we are.
Quite so.
I can't believe you're giving up another throne, Persephone.
It won't be a hardship. Athena wore the fabric rather thin.
You know what I mean.
I told you I could change. All of us are long overdue, frankly.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have been proud to serve in your chorus, sister.
Thank you, brother. Truly. Well, we have a lot of anxious idols to inform, shall we?
If it's okay, could we catch up with you? I'd just like to talk to Grace for a minute.
I just got to talk
We'll
to
be
Grace.
outside. Make it quick.
We'll be there in a bit. Just don't worry about it. Just chill.
So, well, that was pretty wild, huh? You did it. You got through your trial unscathed.
We did it. We got through the trial together, side by side.
I didn't have a choice, Grace.
Sure you did. Athena didn't know you were the muse. You could have stayed away.
And let you go through that alone? Not a chance.
I would have been lost without you.
I know things were pretty intense before the trial. I still don't know how I feel about us, about everything. And I understand if you wanted to get as far away from me and the idols as you could. Especially now that things are about to get weird.
You need me. The idols need me.
But we'll get by. Probably. What I'm saying is, you don't need to feel obligated.
I like being needed.
Oh, thank God. I was so sure that you were going to leave. I mean, you're free to go now, right?
And miss being high priestess to the goddess of late night lattes? Absolutely not.
I still need some time to figure us out.
Yeah, take all the time you need. We have that now.
Okay then. Ready to go out there and face the music?
Always.
2 months later. Now we get to do the rundown of what was everyone doing. Let's all meet back at our apartment that we still have. Hi, everyone.
Of course you're all here. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
They just showed up. I didn't think you'd mind too much.
I trust our many fans weren't giving you trouble at school. How do you feel?
I'm exhausted.
I think it's wonderful you've returned to your schooling. You even have the Oracle considering it.
Tell her to expect a lot of people following her around asking every question possible about the idols.
I doubt she'll be as patient as you, Grace.
A lot's been going on here, too. You want to hear the gauze?
I heard Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
You heard correctly. Venus wanted to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
Let's be realistic. He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
I think you're underestimating Venus. I saw one of her speeches online, and it was incredible.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
You mean he's glad to have time to pursue a new lover or two?
Go Eros.
What about Hecate and Asterion? Are they still at the reliquary?
Hecate leave the reliquary? I'd sooner believe the sun would go out.
You should see them together, Grace. They are so cute as a couple. It's kind of sickening.
Asterion is all Hecate is willing to discuss. Do I need to know every detail of his sexual prowess? I do not.
Oh, wait. You and Hecate do girl talk?
We've known each other for centuries, Freddie. She used to live in Hades. If you think it makes for titillating discussions, however, then you would be incorrect.
It'd be like porn written by a computer.
That is not far off. Still, it makes Hecate happy, and a happy Hecate is better for us all.
Oh, they fucking.
And Medusa? I take it she's no longer at the reliquary.
She was. For a few months.
There was an incident involving Hecate's new cat.
Oh no, not Sherbert.
Medusa was beside herself with apologies, but needless to say, she moved on rather quickly. We're not certain where.
You're saying Medusa is out there on the loose?
Not quite.
Medusa believed she might not be able to control her appetite, so she asked us to put her in contact with the mortal government. They took her somewhere. It was her decision.
Interesting.
The government is grateful. They even suggested we might see Hephaestus again.
Aphrodite's husband? He's alive?
Damn.
So it appears. Who knows what he's been doing for the mortals since the war, but it would raise all our spirits to see him again.
That's real fucked on so many levels. Damn.
Has anyone heard about Athena? It's been a while.
I have. She left the city, as she felt uncomfortable with all the attention on the idols.
Terrified, you mean?
It was more that mortals expected the goddess of wisdom to have sage advice, and she no longer trusts her judgment.
Nor should she.
You don't still
really
worry
does,
about her,
honestly.
brother, after all she's done?
I think of her off in the far north, living alone in the wilderness, punishing herself until the end of her days. I know it's her own choosing, but it seems like such a waste.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
I see them online all the time. They're a big hit. Their videos are hilarious.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling, or so the Oracle tells me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
And they get a lot of free shoes and concert tickets.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
Oh yeah, no, Hermes just gets the same ending every time. It's hilarious. I love it.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
He's probably off fleecing widows out of their pensions as we speak.
Pan is harmless.
love
Mostly
Freddie.
harmless.
As far as I can tell, he did regret his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low, at least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
See, it's not that he was fucking a statue. It's a statue of him fucking a goat. Let's get that straight.
I'd like to know what you've been up to, Freddie.
You mean other
What's
than
Freddie doing?
incessantly talking about you?
I don't talk about Grace that much. Do I?
I think it's rather commendable how you've taken the remaining idols at Olympus under your wing.
Well, someone has to do it. Just yesterday, I was teaching Athena how to ride a bus. She was so mortified.
All this while preparing for your next big venture. Busy is our new muse.
Inspiration was probably from Pan fucking a goat, man.
That's supposed to be a secret.
Wait, what's this?
Well, I figured once you were done with your schooling, you might want to, I don't know, come with me. I mean, I thought maybe you missed being the muse. A little. So we could try the band again. Go on tour.
Muse teams up with former Muse to spread music to the world.
I guess. Maybe.
That's awesome. I love it.
Good, because I've been arranging dates at clubs across the country. You two only need to give me the word.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Soon, I think. All the attention on the idols is proving rather taxing.
Ooh, running away again, brother.
I suppose you could say that. Really, I just came by to see Grace and apologize one last time.
I told you you don't need to keep doing that.
Yes, well, I'm glad things worked out as they did. You'll all be fine without me.
You know, one day you will learn, brother. Not today, but someday.
How about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Not unless you count my many trips to Hades. No, it's business as always.
Trips to Hades?
I am no longer its queen, but I am still the most familiar with its workings. And Hades is changing. Perhaps it's the mere fact that the mortal world is aware of us again. I don't know. Or something else is stirring.
Oh, that's not ominous whatsoever.
Is this something we should be concerned about, sister?
Not yet. I'll let you know. As for
Do
everything
I
else,
smell a DLC
the club
possibility?
continues, more popular than ever. The world turns. What more is there to say?
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Come on, Grace, we both did. And it was amazing.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
All sad faces.
Perhaps a round of drinks at the underworld, in Calliope's honor.
I'd like that, actually.
If you both don't mind, could Grace and I catch up?
Don't take too long, you two, or we'll start drinking without you.
Okay, so I have been doing some thinking, and I have something to say. The way I obsessed over you all those years, it wasn't healthy, was it? And maybe our relationship changing is a good thing. I'm an adult now. We need to do this over and do it right.
Does that mean you forgive me?
Within me there will always be something left behind in shadow. I'm tethered to you, I'm free. I've known, I've loved you before. We were grown, never alone. Only, if only, we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late, it was fate. I've spent so long yearning, observing, seeking the light of your eyes. Now I return, nothing left in reserve. Your eyes, a sunrise. Only, if only, we can be brave this time. Finally, Grace, you and me. It wasn't too late. It was fate.
The kiss. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. I gotta say, we've played Clever, Kick-Ass, and Charisma. Gotta say that Kick-Ass was definitely my favorite. Let's see. So we have 32 out of 37 achievements. So we might have to play more of this to get the rest of those achievements going. Next first run. If we don't, yeah, one of them's definitely fall in love with Pan. We also have to give Orpheus the throne. We haven't done that. Oh yeah, I mean, we've already played it 3 times. This game is so fun. And the songs change depending on, like, what you choose. It's super fun. So we'll probably play another one of just trying to get, like, the rest of what we're doing. So, get the rest of the achievements. But after we do that, there's going to be some debate about what games to play. So make sure to join our Discord and we can do some polls and stuff about what we want to play. Jump on in there and we can like, you'll get notifications about when we go live, when I post VODs to YouTube, and also we'll run polls about what games we want to play, whether or not we want to finish off the achievements for Stray Gods or start a new game. But yeah, thank you for joining the stream tonight. I probably won't stream for most of this week because I am closing a lot at work, but we'll definitely keep an eye out on our Discord and I'll keep y'all updated. Make sure if you're not following to drop a follow as well. We're super close to affiliate. Only need 8 more followers and we're set. Let's thank y'all for being here. See you later.